Right, I'm Teatime. I'm here at ACS with Zonic, the coach of Astralis. Of course, you all know him already. Zonic, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, Zonic. Glad someone asked me as well. But Zonic, I have a couple of quick questions for you. First of all, Zonic, it's been a while since you guys have been skipping events. It's going back till 2017 to prepare for bigger events like the major, things like that. What kind of an advantage have you guys been getting with the extra preparation recently?
So yeah, we've been skipping events since 2017. I remember in 2017 we skipped Cologne in order for us to be ready for the major. I think it's if I could, and if we had unlimited energy and people didn't never get tired, then I would love to attend all the events. But I would also love to see my family. And I know that the players have girlfriends and family they want to attend as well. So for me, it's about the players' well-being, their health, and then obviously to make sure that they will have as long career as possible. In 2017, we experienced the Vice going down with stress. So I don't know if you would call it paranoia or we're just going the exact opposite way. It is a plan that is well thought and that we always do in the beginning of each season. So in January and then in August. What it gives us, to answer your question specifically, it gives us more energy, obviously, more hunger. It has been tough. Even though it sounds wrong, it's been really tough keeping the motivation and the hunger up for 2018. And then when you win the major, which you kind of saw as the final boss, it was difficult having the players saying that, okay, we will take a 4 or 5 day break and then you have to go back and then we'll take a look at the map pool and start from pretty much from scratch again, like trying to invent ourselves. So skipping events was mainly because of the players' health and well-being, but also because we always want to attend an event being as close to 100% as possible, being as prepared as possible. So for us, it was about prioritizing events, and we do that based on several things like location, prestige, our previous results in these tournaments. For example, we won ECS and ESL Pro League 2 times last year. We want to defend that title. That meant that we had to skip DreamHack Masters in Dallas. Also we want to go to Cologne, so we skipped the Blast Pro Series events, even though that might be difficult for people to believe that. But yeah.
No, I mean, of course, but I was actually wondering on something slightly different. So now suddenly you guys have got 3 big events coming up back to back practically. You've got ACS, and you've got the ESL Pro League, and then you've got Cologne, and there's a lot of best of 3s to be played. Do you think your players have a little bit of a disadvantage because they're more used to having, like you said, some more time with family, some more time to take care of their health and things like that? Do you think this could kind of come back to bite them because it's been so long since you guys have had such a hectic schedule?
I don't think so, because otherwise we wouldn't have made this decision. But yeah, I think there is some rust to be shaken off, and for us the ultimate goal of the rest of this season is definitely to be to win Cologne, because I consider that to be the most prestigious event after the major. So yeah, I think that we. In Astralis, we always love to play best of 3s. We thrive under them, and I think that we usually have the upper hand when it comes to map vetoes. So yeah, I think that we're gonna have a really tough match here against Furia, because they have been on fire ever since we got matched up against them. So they're gonna come with a lot of confidence, and hopefully all the rest of the teams will think that this is like the beginning of the end for Astralis. But we have other plans.
Well, I mean, because you talked about Furia, they have been a team that is just tearing it up completely. What do you think about them as a coach? And, when you look at a young squad like that, what kind of weaknesses do you think might end up popping up in the future?
For this team, I think that usually when you have this young team and things are going good for you, what I think that most of these kind of teams do as a mistake is that then sometimes like you would call their honeymoon period is over, and then usually after that they are very quick to maybe change a player here or change something drastically, instead of just working your way out of these kind of problems that will definitely occur to all teams. So my advice would definitely be to them that when they bomb out of a tournament losing to a team that is below them on the ranking, and and stuff like that. And then analyze the game, and then don't hesitate to stick together, and then don't like make any hasted drastic changes.
No, I think that's a lesson that a lot of Counter-Strike teams can kind of learn with the current climate and how that's going. But beyond just that, I want to talk about your group a little bit going into the tournament. Now, you've got a pretty difficult group as it is. NIP is there. NIP always has been pretty decent against you guys. They almost took a few series from you even last year during your very dominant area. Furia's there, but that's a best of one, and you know how best of ones can be. With them being such an incredibly powerful team that can just pop off, you could potentially lose to them. And NRG, of course, they're a team that always has that chance of, having the ridiculous amount of firepower. Going into this group, are you guys a little bit nervous about what's going to be coming, and if you guys might end up showing weakness over here?
No, I think both groups are really tough. For me, it's just about getting to that stage where we play best of threes. I know that it's been tough against NIP in the past, but if I remember correctly, we usually come out on top when we play best of threes against them. So for me, it's really important that we get a good start, and we're going to put all our focus into three and then just take one match at a time. But yeah, I think that we've been away for quite some time, so some of the other teams, they don't know our map pool anymore.
That's true, actually, and I was about to ask that as well with Vertigo coming into play. That's going to be something that I'm sure everyone's very excited to see. But before that, very quickly, Glaive said in an interview back at Blast Pro Madrid that you guys aren't really afraid of losing the #1 spot until you've lost something like a major. Do you think that you guys are feeling a little bit extra pressure moving into these next 3 tournaments or so? Because this is kind of what determines to see, because everyone's saying, hey, maybe Astralis is on the way out, like you said. These 3 tournaments are kind of what make or break. Is there added pressure for you guys? How are you dealing with that?
No, I think that the most amount of pressure is always on the team who is currently #1. So you could definitely say the other way around. Now some pressure has been taken off from our shoulders. The same way that when we were playing Nuke and Inferno and we had these streaks, everyone was just talking about them. Now they're also off our shoulders. So now we can just focus on our own game and not being afraid of losing to an underdog or here or there. We can just play our own game. So I think the pressure is on Liquid, but we have definitely spent some of this time off talking about maybe there was a chance that Liquid could be #1 if they lose or if they win this tournament. So we have talked it all through, and I think the guys are just more hungry now after being second.
I mean, you're gonna be able to meet Liquid pretty soon in a couple of weeks as well. But just quick final thoughts, Zonic. You've got Vertigo in the map pool. We don't know what's going to be coming from you guys. Are you guys about to surprise us with some new smokes, with some new tactics, with maybe even a new map in the pool?
I can say that Astralis are still playing all 7 maps. That's all I can say.
Ooh, you heard it here, folks. And that's it from us at ECS. Zonic, thank you so much, and good luck in the tournament.
Thank you.